Now, I'm going to show you how to write the code to create the program to live the life you really want to live. Think of this for a moment. Have you ever wondered why really brilliant people are struggling all the way from the cradle to the casket? You think they're so smart. Why aren't they rich? If they're so bright, why are they working so hard for so little, for so long? See, there's answers to those questions. I was puzzled. When I was 26 years old, I was going in the wrong direction. And I left school. I only went to high school for a couple of months. I never had a half-decent job. And I met a man that sat down with me and he said, "Bob, why don't you change your results?" Well, you know, results were something I never really thought about. Take a look at how happy are you? What kind of money are you earning? How do you spend your days? Who are you mixing with? What are your friends like? You know, that's all dependent on this code that we've got within us, this program. Because everything that comes into our life comes in an orderly way. See, this acorn can only grow into an oak tree. It'll never grow into a maple tree or a cherry tree. It can only grow into an oak tree, and that is because the acorn does not have the ability to rewrite the code. And it'll always only grow into one thing, an oak tree. Now, if it's planted in a proper environment and the earth's looked after properly, it'll grow into a good big oak tree and produce many, many acorns. We have a program in us, and it was built genetically, first of all, before we were even born. This, if you stop and really think about your life, why you're doing what you're doing, why you're living the way you're living, why don't you live the way you really want to live, you're going to realize that you have been programmed by your parents, first of all, genetically. Now, if you look really carefully, you very likely look like some of your relatives. It may be your mother or dad, or it could be your grandparents, might even be an aunt or an uncle. But we do resemble our relatives, and that is because there's a genetic strain there. And that genetic strain dictates the form of our body, the size of it, how we live, how we act. And then after we're born, we are exposed to an environment. And our subconscious mind is wide open. It's like a cup. And information starts to go in. Now, I could go back and tell you how the program in me was built, the circumstance it was built under. It was during a depression. And then as a little kid, we moved into the First World War, Second World War. And things happened. But it was in 1961 when I met a man and he gave me Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. Now, fortunately for me, I did exactly as he suggested, and everything in my life started to change. I was so fascinated with the information he was giving me and what it was doing in my life that I couldn't stop reading about it. I couldn't stop listening to it. I was listening to recordings, going to seminars, reading books, and my life was changing so fast. Now, what I really learned through that is that a person's life can change very fast. It doesn't have to take years or months or even weeks. It can change just like that. But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens by law. This whole universe operates by law. It operates in a very orderly way. Like winter never follows winter. Think about it. When the tide goes out, it always comes back in. Well, this is an expression of the laws that govern the universe. In fact, Dr. Wernher von Braun, who was the father of the space program, an absolutely brilliant man, scientist, he said that the natural laws of this universe are so precise that we don't have any difficulty building spaceships, sending people to the moon, and we can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. Now think. Some people refer to the laws as God's modus operandi. Well, you and I can learn these laws, and then we can learn how to live in harmony with them. And when we do, everything starts to happen in a very good way. What's the point here? Here's the point. The only time you've got is right here, right now. So being worried about the past or the future is foolish. If we make up our mind, we're going to do what we feel is the best thing for us right now, we're going to have a pretty good life. See, a paradigm is a multitude of ideas in your subconscious mind that somebody else put there, and it's controlling your behavior. Money is one of the easiest things to earn once you understand the rules, but it must be earned. Do you know you've got people that never went to school, like myself, who earn millions of dollars? You'll have other people that have got degrees coming right off the end of a business card who are struggling to get by. It doesn't make sense to us the way we've been educated, but it makes all kinds of sense when you understand how money's earned and who's got it and why they've got it. See, the earning of money has been around, how to earn it, for a long time. You go right back and study back into the ancient Babylonians. They knew how to earn money. And if you study how the money's earned, you'll realize that you can earn it, and you can earn as much as you want. In fact, you decide, you sit down and you write out what it is you want to earn. Then we take a look at our personal life, our social life, the people we associate with. We're associating with people that are very much like ourselves because we're in harmony with them. Everything operates on frequencies, just like your cell phone operates on a frequency. And you got to change the frequency you're operating on. You see, we can only attract to us what's in harmony with us. You see, I was following the rules that I was taught to follow. Ray Stanford said, if you do exactly what I tell you, I'll show you how you can have anything you want. I really didn't believe that. But he said something. He said, you know, my way's working, yours isn't. Why don't you try mine? The guy had all kinds of money. He was very happy. And I don't know why. I decided I was going to do what he taught me. And it started happening. And like that, I started earning a lot of money. I started to build my own company. I had offices in Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Cleveland, Atlanta, London, England. I was earning over $1 million a year, and I was just a young guy. And I was in England one day, and I was just throwing the money all over the place. I didn't care about it because I knew where to get it. And one day something caused me to stop and think, this isn't very bright. I'm not being very responsible. So then I started to think, why am I so successful? Because I was very successful as a young guy. And I couldn't answer the question. And so I thought, I'm not lucky. I didn't believe that. Voltaire said we invented the word luck to express the known effect of unknown causes. You see? I had been raised to believe if you're going to earn a lot of money, you got to be really lucky. Well, I was earning a lot of money, but I wasn't really lucky. I was also earned, if you're going to earn a lot of money, you got to be really smart. I didn't know I wasn't that smart. But I was earning a lot of money. I was raised to believe if you don't go to school, you'll never have a good job. I not only had a good job, I owned the whole company. Now that caused a lot of confusion in my mind. And I thought, how did this all happen? And I could not give you an answer. Here I was winning in a pretty big way, and I had absolutely no idea why. So I made up my mind I was going to figure out why. I was going to find out why I was winning. And I started to study, and I've never stopped studying. And I did find out why. And when I found out, all I wanted to do was teach it to other people. And that's all I've been doing. Now here a number of years ago, I decided, I think it was a conversation that Sandy Gallagher, who's my business partner, and myself and a couple of the executives in the company, we should run a seminar and show people exactly what the paradigm is and how it controls our life. But because most people are being controlled by a paradigm. A paradigm is a multitude of ideas in our subconscious mind that controls our habitual behavior, and almost all of our behavior is habitual.